7 o'clock meeting to order. First thing on there is to do the roll call.
Bruce Forrester,
Here.
Craig Burrow,
Here.
Mike Pratt.
Here.
Rex Meyer, not present, and Luke Phelan, not present.
Okay, the next thing on the agenda is the approval of the minutes from the April 24th and the May 2nd, 2024 meeting.
Make a motion, we approve the minutes.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. The next thing on the agenda is the motion to adjourn pursuant to the county board's vote on petition number 24-P-1623 Irish Eyes Farms LLC special use permit.
I move to adjourn.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Again, is there any commentary? Hearing none. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Are we going too fast? Okay. Just thought I'd ask. Okay. Old business petition number 24-P-1622. David Dewey and Lisa Dewey as owners of certain real property commonly known as 1779 Clearview Road, Dixon, Illinois, 61021, PIN number 16-07-01-203-006, located along Clearview Road, approximately 889 feet south and southeast of Kilgore Road in Palmyra Township. At this point, I'm going to turn it over to Alice.
I received an email this afternoon from Courtney Kennedy, who is the attorney for David and Lisa Dewey, informing me that they wish to withdraw their petition from the zoning office and they do not wish to pursue it any further. They will be seeking a legal or a determination from our office regarding this issue.
So with that, there's nothing we need to do.
No.
Okay. Next petition is new business, petition number 24-P-1625. Michael Dowdy and Tammy Dowdy as owners of certain real property identified as PIN number 16-07-06-200-012, commonly known as 88 Palmyra Road, Dixon, Illinois, located on the north side of Palmyra Road, approximately 185 feet west of Mount Hill Road in Palmyra Township, Lee County, Illinois, which is zoned Ag 1 Agricultural District, filed a petition for a variance with the Lee County Zoning Office requesting it be granted a variance from the Title 10, Chapter 9, Section 3 bulk regulations, specifically side and rear yard setback for the purpose of constructing an accessory building. Is the petitioner present? I need to swear you in. You solemnly swear or affirm under penalty of perjury that the testimony you're about to give.
Real quick before he gets started, I just want to note that he has met the notification requirements for this, in that notice of this public hearing was sent to adjacent landowners and was published in the Dixon Telegraph on May 18, 2024.
Okay. So tell us what you would like to do.
So
State your name.
my name is Mike Doty. Our hope is to build a single stall garage on the north side of our property there, as shown in what we sent you guys. It's kind of where that orange box is, up by the existing pole barn. At some point in the far past, there was a building there. The foundations are still there. There is a kind of a secondary spot that's shown in a purple box on the east side of our circle driveway. We would prefer not to put it there in that is a possible, really the only possible spot in case we decide to go with a solar setup at some point in the future. And there are some other areas, as you can see, there's one other area that's kind of an open area, but that's where our septic field is. So we really can't put a building there as well. And we would prefer to keep the building kind of towards the back of the property and not where we can see it from the road or from our house. So unfortunately, it is within the setback limitations and fairly close to the property line, but that's where we'd like to put it.
And the property owner behind your property was notified?
Yes. And as a matter of fact, we met with them, what is today, Thursday? Yesterday, they came out just so they wanted to see where exactly we were talking about. They did not raise any objections at that point now, and they're not here. So, but they are aware of where we're intending to put it. We've known them for a long time. They allow us to use some other property to do some gardening and such on. So,
Is it farmland?
it's farmland behind there. Yeah, the second attachment kind of shows the surrounding properties, and so that big blank square to the north is 30 acres of farmland.
The plat book shows Mark Fassler.
It's actually a like a trust or something. It's called For Enough, but it's Joe and Denise Schneiderbauer who is the trustees on it. So I couldn't actually tell you who all the owners are.
I
So is
did, I did provide you all a copy of the code that is relevant to this request. Title 10, Chapter 10, Article B, variations. These are the standards of which we can consider relaxing the bulk regulations based on the unique shape of Mr. Doty's property. That is part of the reason he is requesting this variance. And that is found under paragraph E of the code.
But paragraph C kind of states his problem, right?
You could, either or really would apply.
So is it zoned R1?
Ag one.
It is ag.
Mhm.
Okay. How big's the lot?
Our lot is an acre and a tenth or a little more, something along those lines.
You've been there a long time?
23 years. Since 2002, so I guess 22 years.
Did Elmira Township have any comments on this one?
Yes, you should have in front of you a letter of no objection from Palmyra Township.
And the zoning officer has no objections?
I do not. Based on the way the code is written, I do feel that this would apply.
So all we have to do is make a motion to approve this? We don't have to do findings of facts or anything?
That is not required by the code. It says down under section 2, the Board of Appeals may impose such conditions and restrictions upon the use of the premises benefited by a variation as it may deem necessary. It does not require that you do a finding of fact or review the map amendment due process standards.
So what's our rules at 15 feet from the property line for buildings?
In the ag district, it is 15 feet for side and rear.
So does that go on his deed that he had a variance when after it's built?
No, not that I'm aware of. In order for it to go on the deed, it would have to be recorded, and I haven't found an instance where we've recorded a variation.
So 25 years from now, somebody won't say, well, that building's not in compliance. You'll have a history of it,
Yes, technically, yes.
technically.
So how many feet from the property line do you want to put this in?
So it's probably gonna be about 2 feet from the property line where the wall is.
And that's the old foundation?
Well, the old foundation is, I couldn't begin to tell you without an actual survey. It's probably right on the property line. My intent, even though what I wrote here at the time was a 14 by 28, it's probably going to be a 12 by 28 building, so I can move that wall away from the property line a little bit. Gives me the opportunity to have a little bit of an eave on that backside. Gives me a little room to at least walk behind my building without being on somebody else's property. So my intent would be to pour a slab within that existing foundation and then build my building on that slab, but keep it pulled away from the property line as far as I could.
Have you got a attached garage to the house now? Or?
We do, yes. I also have 2 children that are of driving age, and it's starting to look like a used car lot in the driveway, so.
Go ahead.
I make a motion, we grant this variance as requested.
We have a motion.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Before we go any further, I'd just like to point out that we do have a 4th member now. Thank you. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Motion has been granted by this board. Go before the full county board.
On June 20th at 6
June-
p.m.
Okay.
Okay,
All right,
thank you.
thank you. Now, according to the paperwork I have, the next regularly scheduled zoning meeting for the zoning board of appeals will be 7 p.m. on Wednesday, July 3rd. However, we do have a meeting on Monday.
And
That is a special meeting on the Amoresco petition, the pipeline.
The pipeline.
is there a second meeting?
Not scheduled as of yet.
You think we'll need one?
Yes.
Oh,
I imagine a minimum 2, I'm thinking around 3. It is a new subject, so.
Right?
Also, just to let you guys know, the Humphrey petition that you heard last month is still pending by the county board. They opted to table it and it will be considered this month.
Okay. So the next thing we need is a motion to recess until this goes before the county board.
I make a motion to recess.
I'll second it.
We have a motion and a second to recess. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. We appreciate it.